Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to Couples in the Ring, round 14.
Yeah, from round 14 to today. This is round
our
14.
14th round?
Yeah.
Today.
Yes.
Oh. Round 14.
Is it round 14?
It is round
already?
14. Yep.
And we're still... Never mind.
We're still what?
We're still struggling.
Yeah. Yes. On 14 episodes, and we still are struggling. Yes, absolutely. Welcome back, everybody. Fridays seem to be coming super quickly for some reason. I don't know why. Every week it's super quick. How are you today, Karlee?
I'm okay. I'm miserable.
Why are you miserable?
It's my period.
Yeah.
And I feel fat because I'm on my period.
And sick again is not here. Still on vacation. And I think we were told as well that he will not be here next weekend.
Nope.
So,
And I have so many things to react to.
so many
I think
things.
the next time maybe I can just do like TikToks because I have like 5 TikToks.
Yeah. I think next episode we're going to do some more reacting. And then I think after that, when Sick's back, we're going to try to navigate doing call-ins and maybe having some guests on the show. I think we have... Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure we have a couple people that you have lined up or some people you've talked to about potentially being on the show.
Yeah.
So that's exciting news. But yeah, Sick's on vacation still, so good for him. You know, he deserves it, so that's great. Anyway, guys.
Let's talk about Amber Heard.
Okay, so
I know you guys are probably talking about it all the time and hearing about it all the time, but guess what? It's something I want to talk about because it's something that's consuming our life.
Today and yesterday and the day before, that's all we watched.
I have a routine, and as much as I'm excited for this to be over for them, I'm like kind of selfish, and I'm like, ugh, but like, what am I gonna watch now? Because it literally consumes my whole day. I wake up around 9 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
It's probably I probably wake up like 8, and then by the time I'm out of bed and like brush my teeth and everything, it's like 9. And I have a routine where I go out in the living room, I put it on the TV, I start cleaning the house and answering emails while I'm watching. Then I go to cycling, then I come back and I continue to watch it as I'm eating. And it's been my routine, and I don't know what I'm gonna do without it. So
for those of you who have maybe not been following, if you haven't, I don't know why. Maybe you're just not into it. But today the jury went into deliberations, meaning that they are going to be coming to a verdict probably very soon. We thought possibly today, probably not. Monday is a holiday in the United States. And then I think they're going to go into Tuesday, and if they're not done Tuesday, then they keep deliberating until they come up with a verdict. Now, the judge said it, I think this is for all court cases, that it does have to be a unanimous decision. So the whole jury needs to come to a decision. What sucked today is what we talked about, is they let 2 jurors go.
yeah, why though?
I don't know what that's about. If anybody wants to explain that, they let them go. They said, okay, you can go home. If we need you for like an alternate, we'll call you. But imagine spending 6 weeks of your life, being in the jury, thinking that you're going to be a part of the final decision, excuse me, and you're sent home. It's crazy. But
why do they do that? Does anybody know?
yeah, I'm not sure. And we were a little confused about that. But if you do know, please let us know.
I thought they were going to come to a conclusion like within an hour because I'm like, it's pretty obvious. But you have to think about it. It's like, this is like, I would not make a decision that fast. You have to actually like really think about this. Like, this is somebody's life.
I think if they made a decision that quickly, it would have been too obvious that there was a bias, because there is evidence that they need to unpack. There are things that they need to go over. Mm-hmm. And again, remember that the whole point of the trial is to prove that she defamed him. It was a defamation trial. So if they... And I was confused about this today. I was talking about this on a live today. I thought that the whole point of the trial was to prove that he had physically or SA'd her.
To make her claim not defamation because it's true.
But I guess now their lawyers are saying if you can prove he was emotionally or verbally abusive, then that means that she wins the case. I guess that's what happens.
There is no proof, though. He literally did not even call her a name.
No, and if they're going to go off the text messages, that makes no sense, because the text messages were not sent to her; they were sent to
Yeah.
somebody else. So I don't know. There's a lot to unpack. We're gonna see. I'm sure when they do come to a verdict, I'm sure we're gonna talk about it on. Hopefully, they're done by the next episode of Couples in the Ring. Let's hope so, because we're really looking forward to it.
I told Josh I'm really nervous that like I'm gonna wake up late. Because you don't know, every day it's like we could think it's gonna happen on Tuesday, it could happen on Wednesday. Or what if on Tuesday in like the middle of the day when I'm at cycling or when you're working, it comes to a verdict and then we open our phones and boom, it's spoiled for us. It will piss me off so bad.
Yeah.
Like I want, like if, I don't know, like even if I open YouTube to go watch it, there's going to be already a drama video about it with a headline. Like, this person found guilty, and like, oh, it's going to drive me nuts. Anyways.
But, yeah, so if you're not following that, I would kind of brush up on it because the closing arguments today were phenomenal. I think both sides did a great job, minus her lawyer, Elaine, I don't think did a great job. I think
she kind of sucked, like, all around.
Yeah,
like, even the closing statement, she just ruined it.
Yeah, I think her... I don't know what his name is, Bowman, whatever, Rosenbauer or whatever. He did a really good job on his closing statement, and obviously I think 99% of people are on Team Johnny, but, you know, I think they did a great job, and then she just kind of ruined it all. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but we're really looking forward to it. Is there anything else you wanted to...
Not really. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? We don't really interact with the chat too much when we get into it. So if anybody wants to bring anything up, only because Sick isn't here. So if there's anything you guys want to bring up,
we can do like maybe a little. Do you want to do like a little Q&A or
something? Yeah,
or something
just to get it started. Also, I'm like exhausted.
Yeah.
When I'm on my period, I'm exhausted from like 2 days before till I'm done.
We'll do like a short little Q&A before we start getting into emails.
Oh, someone said, can you talk about Patreon subscriptions? So, on June 4th, we are having like a girls' night on Zoom call where you guys can either drink, you cannot, you could bring a friend, you cannot, you can watch, you can listen, you can just talk, you could have your screen completely off. And it doesn't really matter, but we just like talk, we play games. Like last time we played Never Have I Ever, and it's on June 4th. So for $5, you get over 200 videos, plus 2 videos a week, plus a live a week, plus you get that Zoom call on June 4th, so which is a Saturday.
There you go. So that answers. Rottenborn is his name?
God, that's a horrible last name.
You don't like it?
Rottenborn.
Yeah, it's
rotten from birth.
Sorry about all the Rottenborns out there, but not everybody can have a last name as you, okay?
I know. Sorry.
Anyway, guys, if you want to ask us questions right now, now's the time, because we will be getting into emails very, very shortly. If you have not already, please send in your email to couplesonthering@gmail.com if you have a story or somebody that you know that has a story, something that's going to blow our minds, or something that's even just something you find crazy or even funny. Whatever the case, send it into couplesonthering@gmail.com. We really appreciate that. Also, if anybody in here can like the live, it really helps us out. Interacting with the live stream. So if you want to go ahead and give that a like. And then, if anybody has any questions, please, now is the time to start asking before we get into the emails. And if nobody has any questions, then we can move on and we can start our emails.
How much is your Patreon for a full year? I don't know. All I know is that there's $5, $10, and $20 tiers. And if you get a whole year, you get 15% off, which I think ends up being like two free months, basically. Karlee, what did you eat for dinner? I have not eaten dinner yet. But I had a burger earlier, like a Big Mac bowl.
That was good. Okay,
we can get into the emails if you want. I am totally dead today. Sorry about that. I'm trying. I'm exhausted.
Okay, let's get into the emails anyway. Guess there's no Q&A.
By the way, guys, my hair looks so long.
It does. Mine too.
Look, it looks like extensions.
I know. Okay, let's get into some emails, guys. I guess we had a member come in. I'll just address it now because we had one right before the live stream. Do you have the name? Brianna something?
Yeah, Brianna.
We'll just say Brianna.
It's either Brianna or Brianna. I don't know how to say it.
She's there. Brianna Tenon, thank you so much for becoming a member. Everybody, please welcome Brianna or Brianna. However, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, guys. First email is going to be a long one, so everybody buckle up, and we'll see how this goes, okay? On December 31st, 2008, my ex-boyfriend hit me up. Damn, we're throwing it back.
Wow, that was really just to the jump.
He told me to get ready that we were going to hang out. So there I am, a very young and naive 16-year-old at the time, thinking it was going to be me and him. Little did I know, I was about to hang out with my ex and his girlfriend, and they also had a friend in the car for me. This friend in the car is my husband today.
Aww.
He asked me to be his girlfriend that day and officially started dating 2009. Wow.
That's so
Good
cute.
for you guys.
That is weird, though, that your ex was like, come hang out, and then...
Yeah, now you meet your husband. There you go.
And his girlfriend was there, and that he asked you out on that day. Why is your husband, like, just jumping in?
That is cool.
He met you, he knew.
All right. I moved in with my boyfriend 5 months after we started dating. We had roommates, his cousin, and his girlfriend.
So, wasn't she 16 at this time? Or maybe it would have been 17 at this time?
5 months after we started, yeah, so I guess probably 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah, it's young to move in. That's very young. His cousin, his girlfriend, nothing weird is going on around this time. Fast forward to July 2018. That's a big jump. I feel like we missed something here.
Yeah, we missed about
10 years.
10 years, yeah.
We jumped. So it's a big jump. Fast forward to July 2018. We had a little get-together in the backyard. Everybody started leaving. Alcohol caught up with my husband, so we went inside to sleep. It was about 4 a.m. The only ones up and about were my husband's cousin, a friend of theirs, who was a little drunk too, and myself.
Okay, wait. Husband's cousin.
Yeah, the only ones that were up were
Which was a girl or a boy?
Her husband's cousin and a friend of theirs. I'm assuming, I don't know. We're going to find out, though.
Oh, no, a boy, because we had roommates, his cousin and his girlfriend. His cousin.
Okay, yeah.
And his girlfriend. So it's a guy. The cousin's
Maybe.
a guy.
We'll see.
It is.
Who was a little drunk, too, and myself. They were helping me clean up all the beer containers, etc. I was about to use the restroom, and to my surprise, my husband's cousin was coming out of the restroom. He stopped me and confessed he has had feelings for me for years, but had not confessed this to me due to respect towards his wife at the time. He was now divorced, 2018. Okay. Standing face to face by the restroom door, he leans in forward for a kiss. I was shocked, got nervous, and replied, "I can't do this. I love my husband." Even though I said there's nothing changed, he was a little tipsy. Low-key, I was being a little flirt as well. I tried to walk away, and he asked if I was going to leave him like that. Like that meant horny and without giving him anything. In my head, I thought, well, of course, that's not my responsibility. I proceeded to pull up my already short shorts a bit more and bent over in front of him. Mind you, we were sneaking around because the other drunk friend was following him. The cousin kept sending him to pick up and clean up other stuff to get him out of the way. Anyway, it's about 6 a.m. and they are finally about to leave. I was saying my goodbyes at the front door when the cousin asked for my number. Yes, I gave it to him. During our text and phone conversation, he tells me so many stuff on how he would see my husband doing me wrong and disrespecting me, and always felt the need to step in because he didn't like seeing me crying or being disrespected, but couldn't. Thinking back before, the cousin confessed anything to me that there was an occasion where my husband was drinking with his friends in the house. I was pregnant, and when my husband and his friends came back from getting more beer from the gas station, I looked out the window and saw my husband kissing another female. The cousin pulled up that night, not knowing what was going on, but stuck by my side and was literally the only one comforting me. Mind you, I had no clue of his feelings for me at this time, but it all makes sense now. 2019, I had a traumatic brain injury. I fell out of a moving vehicle due to drinking. It was all bad. Oh my God. I was sedated for 15 days in the hospital and still had to go to rehab after. Lost my job, driving privileges. Husband got deported. What the fuck? I have two kids I lost custody. Luckily, a family member stepped in. I moved households, sold my truck, etc. But during my hospital stay, guess who was there for me? The cousin. He would go and visit me. We would fuck in my rehab room.
That jumped.
Wait, he was fucking you with a traumatic brain injury? Wait, what? That's not okay.
I mean, she probably wasn't thinking straight.
Oh my God. Anyway, that's fucked up. Okay. So we would fuck in my rehab room.
That just really jumped, by the way.
You're really jumping here. You went from like 2008 to 2018. Then your husband got deported. Your kids got taken away. And now you're fucking his cousin in the rehab room. That's where I'm at right now. This shit's jumping. Once I got out of rehab, I moved into my husband's uncle's house. Husband's uncle's house. Okay. And guess who lived in the basement? The cousin. I lived on my own for a few months, and he would sneak up to see me daily from 11 or 12 a.m. and would leave before everybody woke up. By everybody, I mean his uncle and family living in the middle floor. These floors are not connected, by the way. Everybody has their own doors and privacy.
So it's like a duplex
like a
or something, yeah.
Almost, yeah. Fast forward to everything settling back to normal. My husband and kids came back. But I still continued and continue sneaking around with a cousin. Even though I did get caught on the phone with the cousin, which you would imagine was a big deal. But that did not stop us. We still continue to sneak around. The cousin comes to my house when my husband goes to work. We do it in the marriage bed in the living room.
What's that?
We do it in the marriage bed. Oh, hold on. We do it in the marriage bed. Should be a comma. In the living room.
Okay, got it.
Comma. We've done it in the basement. Comma. In my garage. Comma. In the neighborhood park, etc. Damn. I've lied and snuck out so many times saying I'm going elsewhere, like the grocery store or gym. The thing is that it's been about 4 years seeing the cousin. This is how it's written. I don't think this is what it means. It says, and I have serious feelings for him. I'm assuming that's caught. Serious feelings for him. And I have thought about leaving my husband for the cousin. I feel I finally experienced and know what true love is. But everything is complicated. I feel complete around the cousin, madly in love and grateful. I now know about true love, but it sucks I had to fall in love with my husband's cousin. I feel stuck in life. I feel torn and scared. Well, wow. The bed, the basement, the garage.
This is a lot to unpack. Like a lot.
It is a lot to unpack. I don't understand why your husband got deported, for one. I want more context on that because you guys were together since 2008 or 9. It's 2018. Now we're jumping to whenever, and he gets deported, and then now he's back. And then the kids are back. We're missing a lot of shit here. We need more context, but also, what the fuck?
Has the cousin expressed to you that he actually wants to be with you? Like,
That's
because you're saying like he's always had feelings for you, whatever, but is this not bothering him that you're married, or is he okay with just sneaking around? Because if he's okay with that, I would just confess to your husband, cut it off with the cousin, and hope he stays with you. Because if you end up leaving your husband for him, if he hasn't actually verbally said like leave your husband for me or anything, he might just like the whole like rush of sneaking it. Because, but I don't know. I don't know.
Why is it always people doing their cousins so dirty?
Kate, this show, to be honest, has really fucked with my brain.
Yeah.
Because it's just like they'll be like best friends, or like the husband's in another room, or like.
My husband was outside mowing the lawn, and I was fucking the shit out of his brother. I'm like, whoa.
Or like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Or like, his little brother had a fat cock. Like, what the fuck?
His brother's cock was so much bigger, and then when he went out to wash his car,
I started sucking it.
I'm like, what?
I don't. My thing is, these people say it like it's just so like. I'm sorry, but like I wouldn't. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, how do you just start? Like, no one's ever like, oh, he started hitting me up on like Facebook when we weren't together, when we were like separate, and he would like flirt with me or like my pictures. It never starts off slow. It's just like he grabbed me and made out with me. It's like,
no, literally, it's like He walks out of the bathroom, says, "Hey, I have mad feelings for you." Then just leans in to kiss you.
And then it's like, I'm horny.
And then you're
what
like,
are you gonna
you're
do?
just gonna leave me hanging. Then you just start pulling up your shorts, and you're like, "How about that?" Then you're like, fast forward.
You go to
how
rehab.
long?
He's
fucking you in your rehab room.
I don't understand because I just feel like I couldn't disrespect anybody in my life like that. And also, if I feel like if someone was in our house and came out of the bathroom while you were sleeping and confessed their feelings to me, guess what I'm doing?
Waking me up.
Waking you the fuck up.
So you have feelings for my girl? We're gonna have some fucking
No, imagine you're like, me too, bro. She's awesome. You start damming him up, and you're like,
It's like, bro, I get it. Oh my God, she's the best. You should have her cooking, bro. You're really gonna fall in love. I'm like, no, that's... Sorry, buddy.
I don't...
That's fucked. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well...
Well, I want to go step by step because also I don't like when guys are like, I wanted to bring this up. I don't like when guys are like, oh, so you're just going to leave me like this?
First of all you did was walk out of the bathroom and say, I have feelings for you, lean to kiss. She said, no, I love my husband.
Second of all,
like, you're going to leave me with this rock hard? Like, what the fuck?
Second of all, you don't say... as a woman, I have been in that situation where you feel pressured to have to do something because that's what's expected of you. And that to me, like saying that to a woman is so just wrong. Be like, you're just going to leave me like this? Like as if she owes you something because you are hard. Like that's not her fault. And as a woman, I feel like we've all been guilt tripped to do something we don't want to do. And it's happened over and over and over again. And sometimes you don't even realize it till like you go home and you're like, I did not want to do that, but I felt like I had to. Whether like a guy takes you on a date and buys you food or whatever. I honestly, if you're a male and you're listening to this, do not say you're just going to leave me like this or that's all I'm going to get. Like really, like it actually puts a woman in such an uncomfortable situation. It's actually disgusting.
Side note, thank you, Tanya, for the $20.
Thank you.
We really do appreciate that. Just keep up the amazing work. Thank you, thank you.
I want to go through the email a little bit more because I feel like there was so much I wanted to say, but we went through it so fast.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back.
Changed it?
No, let's go back. Sorry about your traumatic brain injury. That probably not great.
Also, though, props to you for going to rehab and getting your getting your kids back and
Yeah, all that's awesome, but also like. Okay, to break it down into instead of like, trying to navigate on what's happening, why the fuck are you fucking your husband's cousin and going behind his back and doing that? That's not cool.
It's not.
I understand that you said your husband was caught kissing another woman. First of all, if you guys are both being unfaithful, no matter... Listen, I don't care if it's a little peck on the lips or a full-on fucking makeout or they had sex or whatever. Cheating is cheating is cheating is cheating is cheating. Doesn't fucking matter what you did. If they're going to do that, if they're going to go and kiss somebody or make out with somebody or do whatever, they would do more than that. Maybe they just weren't in the time or place, but if given the chance, they probably would, because why the fuck are they even crossing that line to begin with? And then, so he did it, and now you're continuously doing it. I'm sorry, that's done.
Yeah, I think your relationship is just not...
Unless, like, you're continually doing this, like, continuously. Like, you are not making an effort to try to cut it off. You still like to do it. You're still wanting to do it. I do not think, even though your husband was unfaithful to you, which is not good, you keep doing this over and over and over and over and over again. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to your family, not fair to your kids. I would say you both probably need to go to your separate ways. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to go hop and be with the husband's cousin right away. But, I think that you definitely need to leave that relationship or navigate away. Maybe go to couples therapy first. Try that out. See if you guys can, if you confess everything, go to couples counseling.
I say confess now before it all blows up in your face.
But also confess with maybe somebody nearby.
Yes.
Because
not the cousin.
Not the...
Don't be like, I'm going to tell him, go in the car, down the street.
Yeah, like, no.
No.
Have somebody with you, your mother, somebody, I don't know. Definitely have, not even maybe there with you in the room, but close by where in case you get yourself into some danger or whatever, because that is, I'm not saying that would happen, but that is not something that anybody would take lightly. I'm sorry. If she came out to me and said, hey, I've been sleeping with your cousin. What? Yeah, no, that's not going to be like, oh, it's okay.
I don't understand, like, how is nobody... Also, this is my other thing. Is like, is anybody scared? Like, how is the cousin okay with one doing that in their house while the cousin is sleeping, and as if this isn't your cousin that you've been around? Like, how do you not even like scared to like whatever, but like scared that that person rejects you and tells the other person, and now you have this conflict, and now you could possibly get your ass beat, and also now you just like broke that relationship with your, like, do these people not give a shit? Like, I would be throwing up.
We've seen a lot of these cousin also.
Or even best
Kaylin,
friends.
thank you for the $14. We really appreciate that.
And
thank
Tanya?
you. Yeah, we've addressed Tanya's.
Oh.
Thank you. And then Kaylin, thank you so much. I think that bless you. I just don't understand how everybody's so comfortable like fucking over their cousins and their family like that. It's like, bro, I love my cousins, but like, I'm gonna go fuck your wife. Like, what?
But also, has anyone ever said no? Because all these people just go along with it, which is like super weird to me. If somebody in our close circle, well, anyone in general, but especially somebody in our close circle, was like going behind your back and trying to hit on me, absolutely not.
Especially your cousin, like your family member. We've had emails where people are talking about their brothers. Hey, I'm fucking my boyfriend's brother. How does that even in your head? You're like, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to fuck my brother's girlfriend. Like, that's what I want to do.
People are fucking weird. I'm sorry.
I don't get it. All right. Let's move on. Good luck. Hey, Karlee, Josh. And I don't know who Sav is, but Sav.
Probably means you're probably autocorrected.
I love you guys and love watching the podcast. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Who truly hope this gets to you and you guys are able to read this. Yes, we are. So I've been having a downfall in my relationship recently and just need a little boost of advice that I'm making the right decision. Sure, you're kind of the right place. I've been with my boyfriend for about 3 years. We'll be 4 years in July. We're in our mid-20s and have basically lived together from the jump. Reason being, he had issues with his home where he'd almost nowhere to live, so I took him in along with his daughter part-time. From the start, I was always hesitant about our relationship. My last relationship before this ended about 3 to 4 months prior to us getting together. I still felt fresh and still felt something in me that I needed more time. But something also in me just allowed myself to bring him in. Time goes on and our relationship starts building flaws, as every relationship does. The fights happen, etc. There's been many times where I've had come to a conclusion of contemplating our relationship and talked about ending it. But every time I chose to stick around and work it out and give it a chance and see how we can grow off, excuse me, after our many, many conversations and venting. Fast forward to about a week and a half ago. I found myself building a little crush for someone I work with. I ignored it because it's okay to be like, he's cute. But this is different. This guy I had this little crush for, I used to work with previously, and I offered him a position here to help him out as a friend, literally not thinking anything of it. I've never found attraction to him until after he had actually applied and got the job with me. Ever since then, my mind has been wandering, which has made me stop and think again about my relationship. If I am willing to let myself grow feelings and have my mind in someone else, then I need to truly start thinking about if I'm with the right person. I'll be honest. I've been chatting with him a little. Nothing too crazy. Been keeping the conversations to a minimum and trying to watch my actions and what I say because I don't want to disrespect him like that by flirting and full-blown talking to him or even hanging out. But I'm just scared to leave the comfortability of the home we have and just all of it. It's the worst part of any relationship ending. P.S. Forgot to mention I did end up bringing up how I felt to him, and we had a conversation about it. Basically, everything between us is up in the air. We don't shower together anymore or really do much. I also recently got an email from my landlord saying that we need to sign our lease renewal by the end of July, so that also puts a rush on things for me to really make up my mind. I'm so sorry this was so long, and I truly didn't even think it would have been, but I guess I had more to say than I thought. If you guys end up reading this, thank you so much for everything. Okay, well, thanks for your email. You want to start?
Well, one, I'm happy you're like coming to terms with it and you're not just going behind his back. And I mean, you kind of are by chatting with him.
Well, and then she added at the end that she confessed feelings to him. So keep that in mind.
Wait. I thought.
At the end here. I did end up bringing how I felt to him, and we had a conversation about it.
Her boyfriend.
Oh, maybe.
Because she's saying they don't shower together anymore.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you're right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, she brought up how she's feeling to her boyfriend. So, for one, I'm very proud of you, for one, even just recognizing it and trying to do it in a mature way. And yeah, if you are having feelings for someone else, I feel like you're not in the right relationship.
I think you said it. I really do think you said it best. If you're allowing your mind to even go there,
yeah,
where you're able to have feelings for somebody else, or even anything like that. Like you said it yourself, and it's great that you're recognizing that.
Also, I would say that if your landlord is saying that you have to sign your lease by the end of July, I would just not.
That's a tough one because you're now, again, yeah, it's putting a rush on your decision, which never helps. Mm-hmm. This is a tough one. It really is. I think that you recognizing that you're unhappy and that you're developed, whether or not you end up with this other guy, I need people to take it for face value in how this is. Just because you may potentially be having feelings for this other guy, that might not be your next move. That might not be your next relationship. That might not be the way things work out. But right now you're saying that you already are developing feelings for somebody else, and you said it yourself. If I'm allowing myself to do that and my mind is going there, am I with the right person? So take it for how it is. Don't think about, hey, if I leave this guy, am I going to end up with this guy? This new one that I have a crush on? Because that might not work out that way.
But
you can't leave.
She should be single anyways.
This is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I'm saying you can't leave him and expect to be with somebody else. And what I was about to say was that if you're already recognizing that, you need to be single regardless if you're going to be going with that other guy or not. Because a lot of people don't want to leave a relationship until they can jump into something else. Make sure that you're making the right choice for you, regardless if you have a plan B or not, or a stepping stone. Make that decision for you.
Yeah, because if you're having feelings for other people, you shouldn't be with him anyways. Point blank, whether it was him or someone else, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And you were already hesitant before you even got in. So I think you just, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your email. Appreciate that. And we will move on. Hey, Karlee and Josh. I've been with my now husband for 5 years. In the beginning of our relationship, my friend found a profile on a dating site called Meet Me with his picture. When I confronted him about it, he said it was an old account. Moving on, I moved in with him, and he noticed he would always close the door. Oh, I noticed he would always close the door when having a bath, or if I can't come in the room he was in, he would shut his phone off. One day I was able to get into his phone, and he was on multiple dating sites, but using a fake profile picture. After this, I never confronted him because I wanted to catch him red-handed. So I made a fake profile and messaged him.
Ooh, I love girls. We're so sneaky.
Told him I knew who he was and was telling his wife. He shouldn't have done that. First of all, you should have made plans to meet up with him and then met up with him and then it was you. That's what you should have done. Ooh. That's what you should have done. I'm going to say you made a mistake. You should have just met up with him. Anyway.
Imagine she pretended she's like, I'm married too. I'm cheating on my husband.
Yeah, we need to come meet me here. And it's her. And she's like, hi, baby. And he's like, whoa. Like, be all fucked up about it. He blocked my fake profile and he changed. But that didn't last too long. A couple months go by and he started it again. The same thing kept going on. I loved him so much and I was just hoping once we got married, it would stop. Once we were married, it never stopped. I confronted him and he told me he is sorry and ashamed and won't do it again. He never meets with girls or gives out personal information, so I forgave him. However, I know he is still doing it and have caught him multiple times. And he tells me he's getting help, but I don't see effort of help. What should I do? I love him so much, but I'm hurting so bad knowing he is doing this. Love your podcast. Love both of you. Thanks for listening. Go ahead.
I mean, I feel like the answer's obvious, but maybe it's not so obvious. What is his point in doing it, though? I don't understand. Does he actually meet up with these people?
No, he said he never meets up and he never exchanges personal information.
Yeah, but
so
what's the point? Is he like
it's
sexting?
Maybe it's like a fantasy thing, or like because he's using a fake profile. He's not even using himself.
Yeah, so maybe he's just like trying to talk dirty to other girls.
Yeah, maybe it's like a fantasy thing or like a kink of his where he's like, yeah, I'm going to go fucking talk to all these girls and like, I'm not going to do anything with them, but like, I'm going to get out there and like talk and like flirt. Maybe it's something he really does need help with. Here's my thing.
Well, clearly if he's, yeah.
Yeah, if he can't stop and he won't stop and you've told him he needs to stop and he's not making any effort to get better.
I think he's sexting them. Like, I think it's like a porn addiction, but instead of porn, it's like sexting actual women.
Yeah. I think that you have a decision to make. It sucks because this is your husband and you guys have a whole life together. This is fucking actually sad. This is very sad because if you think you build a whole life with somebody and they have this issue, it's a big issue. It's not like
Wait, they're married?
Yeah, it's her husband. Yeah, and she said 5 years ago in the beginning of a relationship. So they've been together 5 years. This is actually very sad because you think you build a life with this person, and it's not just this little thing like, put the fucking dishes in the sink or like, do your fucking laundry. It's, hey, you're sexting other women on multiple dating sites and you won't stop. Mm-hmm. It's something he obviously needs to get help with, and he's said that he would stop, and he hasn't. So if you're not seeing a change, there might need to be a decision. If you've tried, couples therapy or couples counseling.
No, he needs to go to his own.
Right.
She needs to say, go or I'm leaving.
Right. But it seems like, because she said, a couple months go by and it started again. So he changed, but it didn't last long. Started again.
Because he needs professional help. Because if he wanted to just cheat on you or talk to other girls or be in a different relationship, he would use his picture or would actually meet up with these girls or whatever. But he's not. I think he just wants to like get some type of fix from like sexting them or maybe attention from flirting. So I feel like it's an actual issue. And I think he needs professional help. I don't know. I've always wondered too, like because I do like OF, I always wonder, like, I hope I'm not the girl that like ruins someone's relationship. Like, you know how like girls be dating some guy and then they end up finding out that he's like subscribed and talking to all these girls on OnlyFans. And I always wonder, I'm like, I hope that's like never
We've had emails like that. We've had emails saying that they have a bunch of OnlyFans
but like
content on
I hope that it's never been me, because if you tell me, like straight up tell me, and I'll literally block him.
Yeah.
I'll literally respond. I'll be like, don't you have a girlfriend? In the chat.
Well, the best of luck to you. He needs to obviously get some help, and if he's not willing to do that, then I think you need to start.
What does the chat think?
Yeah, what do you guys think? I think we've had someone said literally going through the same thing. Well, I hope you get through that, because that's terrible. He needs to get his mind right alone. She needs to leave. Attention, not healthy behavior. Yeah, I think that you really. I think if he's not willing to get help, and you've talked about that, I don't see where can you go in a relationship if somebody's doing something like this and they're not willing to get help, or they're not willing to change, or they're not willing to get better. You have to give them an
ultimatum.
Literally.
You have to say, you're either going to get professional help about this problem, or I'm leaving. One or the other. When it comes to that, absolutely, you're right. There's no other choice. The ultimatum needs to happen. In this case, I will agree with that. I think I think ultimatums should happen a lot of the time.
They should. They could. It could definitely be something that needs to be said.
If you've warned and warned and warned about the same thing, eventually there needs to be an ultimatum. I'm sorry. Because then you're just going to keep letting it go. They're going to keep doing it. It's a cycle. There needs to be an ultimatum at some point, whether it's about something small or big. Like, I'm not saying dishes and laundry, like you said. But I'm saying, like, if they blow their money all the time, or they're gambling on the money away, or they drink, and they end up being violent when they're drinking.
If it affects your relationship to the point where you are questioning it,
yes,
that is an issue. You need to understand that. I know we're just two people on the internet, and you're watching a podcast and you emailed into it. But really, though, think about it. It might not be something, and I'm saying like, it might be an actual, obviously it's an actual issue.
It definitely is. But
and maybe he cannot control it, but if he's not willing to go get the help and take the steps to do it.
Has she asked, like, why, like genuinely, like, if you haven't sat him down and tried to approach him in, like, a caring way, I know you don't want to, I know he doesn't deserve it, but if you've ever, try actually sitting him down and be like, hey, like, obviously you're not stopping. Is this an actual, like, addiction? What is it that you're getting from this? Is there something I can do to get you that fix? Do you think you need professional help? And, like, try to give him, like, a safe space. Be like, I promise this whole conversation I won't be mad. Like, tell me the truth, or, like, give him 5 minutes to talk without you responding. Like, literally, like, set a timer and be like, you have 5 minutes to, like, explain, and I promise I won't react in a mean way, or, like, whatever. Like, and then after that conversation, if he, like, admits to you it's a problem or whatever, then give him the ultimatum, I think.
I agree. Well, thank you for your email, and I wish you luck. I really do. We're going to move on. This is actually a continuation. This is something that was emailed in last podcast. I fucking love these when people email back with some more context or a continuation of a story. Last time this happened, we had a viral TikTok. So let's see if this is another one. I'm just kidding. It might not be. Okay. Hey, it's the girl that emailed in last podcast about my boyfriend who demands sex 1 month after I had a baby.
Does anybody remember?
Yeah. If you were not here last podcast, which you should have been.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I thought the cats were, like, fighting upstairs. It's like,
No.
I'm going upstairs right now.
This is something that was emailed in. And if you weren't here, you should have been. I'm disappointed in you. I don't know what else you have going on at a Friday night at 8:30, but that needs to change. Anyway, girl emailed in saying that her boyfriend is demanding sex 1 month after having a child, and basically says that if she doesn't give him sex, that he's not going to take care of the child and he's not going to do shit around the house, and, like, super fucking narcissistic behavior. And we're going to continue it. It was this. Sorry. Hey, it's the girl that emailed in last podcast about my boyfriend who demands sex 1 month after I had a baby. Here's some background info. I'm 18. He's 20. Very young. We live in a 1-bedroom apartment with our newborn daughter. I definitely want to leave him, and I've been thinking about it for a while, but he's a narcissist, and I'm scared of him. Here's an example of a stupid argument which led him to get physical. Last week, so mind you, this is 1 month after she had a child, and he's getting physical. Regardless, shouldn't get physical at all, but last week he gets home from work and immediately tries to nap. The baby starts crying and he gets mad. She's interrupting his nap. I say, I don't get to nap. My boyfriend accused me of making a smart comment. He doesn't think it's wrong of him to come home, not help with a damn thing, or even hold his daughter and just go straight to take a nap. He obviously doesn't see my side of things. Well, that smart comment made him kick our ottoman, throw garbage all over our kitchen, punch a hole in the wall, beat up the bed, and try to smother me as our daughter is in our arms. On top of that, he's super controlling. I'm trying to prevent myself from falling into postpartum depression by getting coffee every morning, going to stores, and taking walks. Well, I'm not allowed to do any of that. I'm literally forced to stay in our 1-bedroom apartment all day. Can't even go buy the baby's formula if she runs out. He works Monday to Friday, so during the weekend, I always ask if we can go out together. But he refuses and chooses to sit in our dark apartment all day. Literally, if I turn on the light, he yells at me. He tells me how much he hates me every day and how I'm the reason he... I'm not going to say the reason he wants to... You know what I mean. Right? Can I say that?
Unalive himself.
There you go. Unalive himself. I've been thinking about it, and I think my next move is secretly getting a restraining order on him and moving back with my parents. Do you guys have any tips? And do you have any tips on dealing with a narcissist?
So, you definitely need to leave that relationship. I'm sorry. He just seems like, I don't know if he just wasn't ready to have a child. I don't know if he was like this before the child. I'm sure he had some signs. I don't think this just came out of nowhere. I think that you deserve better. I think if you do stay there, you will fall into postpartum depression, which can get really scary. And even if everything around you in your life is normal, the chance of postpartum depression is still very high. So adding to the mixture of, not being treated right, being stuck in a 1-bedroom apartment with the lights off, not being able to leave the house, that's going to make your postpartum depression even worse. And like I said, don't be alarmed if you have everything nice going for you, live in a bright house, you have money, your husband's perfect, you can still get really bad postpartum depression. It's just how life is. But I don't know about the whole restraining order thing because he does have legal rights on the child. So if he had a restraining order, how would he see the child legally? There'd have to be like visitation, or
it would have to, well, it would
go through
either
a
have to be,
mediator.
a mediator would probably have to take care of that. Like her mother would probably have to go drop off the child to him. But here's my thing. This is bigger than what it's perceived to be, obviously, because you're right. It can't just be a restraining order and then the child's out of his life. But you clearly wouldn't be able to trust him taking care of your baby if he can't fucking even go hold his daughter after a day of work.
Exactly.
So this is a longer process than it's made out to be, and it might be a hard one. But I don't care. There's no fucking excuse in the world that he could give to come home from work, not pick up his daughter, not say hello to his daughter, go right to try to take a nap.
You would never do that. I'm just trying to envision you being like that, and you just could never.
Like, I mean, maybe one day out of...
You would still greet me. You would still greet the child, and you would ask me if it's okay that you had a nap
can I go take a nap?
First.
Let me relax. That's fine.
Yes.
But if he's just doing that, and then he gets woken up, throws a little bitch
from
fit.
a baby.
He says, oh my God, my daughter's crying. Garbage all over the kitchen. I'm punching the bed.
Like, think about if he was the only one with the baby and he got angry like that. Like, I'm not accusing him of anything, but even, like, just doing that around a child is just horrible. I do like the fact that you even have the option to move back with your parents, like you mentioned. I think you should talk to your parents, be open about how your situation, be honest about it. It's going to be really hard, but I'm sorry, like, this is there's a baby involved now, and he's getting more and more physical. I think that you should move back in with your parents, tell your parents what's happening, and make a plan to literally have everything out while he's at work or something, with your parents helping you there, with parents there. Move out, get a restraining order, and go to court.
Here's the good thing for you out of everything. Is you have the opportunity to get out. You have your parents that will take you in. You're saying that's an option. That's fantastic. There is a lot of people out there that don't have an option. They can't go back to their parents. They don't have that as an option. It's great that you have that as an option because it actually almost makes the situation a little more doable for you to make it happen. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you've been thinking about leaving him, obviously you seem pretty intelligent. Like, this is not okay.
You know it's wrong.
You says, well, that smart comment made him kick our ottoman, throw garbage all over our kitchen, punch a hole in the wall, beat up the bed, and try to smother me as our daughter's in our arms. No. So he's trying to smother you, which I'm assuming, like, I don't know, squeeze you or, like, get up on all your shit.
Someone said start recording or taking pictures of, like, things. Yeah, start doing that because I think this needs to go to... If you do move back in with your parents, I think that you need to do this all legally because when it comes to narcissists or people that are scary or react like that, especially when they don't have control, they can get very, very, very violent because they don't have control anymore. And for a narcissist, that is the worst thing you can do, is have a narcissist not be in control. They get absolutely...
Someone said... If the mother isn't safe, then she can have restraining order protection for her and his kid. And he will have to do certain things to get visitation.
Yes, but I think what you should do is after that, go and actually take him to court, family court, and it describe that you don't feel safe having the child there without anyone being there, and then you'll have to go and actually do visitation with a mediator there and yourself there, and have him pay child support. If he's not going to help physically, have him pay child support and actually go to court and make this an actual thing to protect you and the child and everything else.
Someone also said a police escort the day you move out. That is definitely a possibility.
I would have your parents and a police escort.
Yeah, so unfortunately you're in a situation that
it has to be legal. I'm sorry. It has to be.
You got to do it that way, and we wish you luck. And please, 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 if you can, keep us updated. If you'd like, there's the email there. I know you already emailed into it, but if anybody else wants to email in, let us know. Please definitely keep us updated on your situation if you would like. We're praying for you, and we hope it works out. We're going to move on to one last email to finish up. Did you have anything, like a closing note on that, or?
What did someone just say in the chat? They said he probably doesn't want custody. So here's the thing with narcissists, in my opinion. I am not a doctor, so I don't know. But when it comes to like them being around, they don't want anything to do with the child. But the moment she leaves, the only thing he has dangling over her, and this goes with women too, is the child. And they'll use the child, be like, well, I'm taking the child, or I need to see the child just to get in contact, just to see them in person and manipulate them again, to be like, okay, like, I'm sorry, let's meet up in person, let me take the baby, or let's go out to eat with the baby as a family, but like we won't have to be together. And then that's when they'll see you, that's when they'll manipulate you, that's when things will go, because then they have control over you if it has to do with the child. So he might act like he doesn't want custody or whatever, but the moment that the baby is gone and she's gone, the only way to get them back is to say, I want the baby, or to, you know, he might become crazy, you don't know. He might take the baby from you. Like, there's Amber Alerts for that. It's a real thing. So I would do everything legally, whether he wants custody or not, legally.
Okay. Thank you again for your email. Again, please, if you can keep us updated, definitely do so if you're comfortable. We have one more, guys, and then we'll wrap for today. I believe Sick is also not back next week.
Nope.
I think he's back the week after
I
that.
have so many things.
We're trust me, when we have our producer here, Sick, everybody knows Sick, everybody loves Sick. He can take care of all the logistical things while we can run the show. It makes things a lot easier. And then obviously everybody loves Sick's side banter and side commentary. We love it. We miss it. Sick, please, if you're watching this, get the fuck back to work, please. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Karlee, Josh, and Sick. If you're back, you didn't hear me. He's not back. But this is the title of this. It says, does someone always have to be right or wrong in an argument? It says, my partner and I do not argue a lot. But when we do, sometimes it can get really bad really quick. My partner thinks that I have a hard time admitting when I'm wrong, and thinks that I never own up and apologize when I'm in the wrong. He always complains that I always have to be right. Always have to be right.
There's a difference between always having to be right and always being right.
Time out. When I never look at it that way. Honestly, I hate to say this because of how it sounds, but I do feel like a lot of the time, I am right.
You probably are. Yes.
I know that I am wrong sometimes.
Me too. I'm wrong sometimes.
And I will admit that I am wrong if I know that I am. I don't strive to be right. That's where they lost you, huh?
No, I don't strive to be right. I'm just right.
When we have arguments, let me finish.
No.
Let me finish.
Shit.
When we have arguments, it immediately turns to someone always having to be right and someone always having to be wrong. Eventually, he gets tired of me defending myself, so he shuts it down and says, fine, I'm wrong as always, and you're right. Instead of both of us trying to see where the other person is coming from, why the argument escalated the way it did. Am I the problem?
You're not the problem. You're just honestly so smart. People get mad. No, I'm kidding. Okay, first of all. Karlee sent this in.
I literally was going to ask you that midway through. I'm like, this is Karlee's email. That's so crazy.
Put it back to the email for a minute. Okay. So, I always have to be right when I never look at it. Okay. So, this is my thing too. And I'm totally on your side where it's not that you always have to be right. I just think majority of the time you are right. And I'm not. And guess what? I'm sorry. there's usually someone in the relationship that's smarter, or someone in the relationship
Whoa.
or someone in the relationship that knows more things about things or whatever, and they're usually right. I'm sorry. And that person happens to be the woman most of the time, including myself in this scenario.
Let's not.
Also,
let's not.
No. Because listen. Admit that there has been times, you're going to have to admit because I'm right now. Admit that there has been times where I have said, okay, you're right.
On the rare occasion, there has been times.
Right. And if I thought I always had to be right, why would I even say that? If I say that, oh yeah, you're right, it's because you're actually right. But if you're not right, I'm not going to pretend you're right to make our argument go down, because guess what? I am right. And sometimes there's not two sides. Sometimes there's just someone right and wrong. There's not two sides.
But someone made a good point here, and I'm going to use this like it was my own. I'm coming up with this. Nobody else said this.
What, opinions aren't facts?
There isn't always right and wrong, especially when it comes to people's emotions and perspectives, which is true. Okay? I said that. Nobody else.
Okay, but most of the time, like, I think, what I'm saying is when me and him argue, it's not about usually how we feel. If it's how we feel, we are both listened to. Josh!
Yeah, no, we are.
Joshua!
No, we are.
Wait, you don't feel listened to?
No. Oh, do
Wait,
I?
whoa!
No. I feel listened to. But
No, I wasn't done talking. I think.
Now I don't feel listened to right now.
No. That was bad timing. I think that most, like, people are saying when it comes to emotion, yes. But a lot of the arguments, especially if you're a couple that doesn't argue very often, it's usually about, like, things. Like, oh, like, the sky is blue, no, it's pink. Like, obviously not an argument like that, but, like, something as, like, simple as, for example, we've had steak about this. We have arguments about steak before, about him saying, no matter what cut of steak it is, it's 4 on one side, 3 on the other, when that's not true. It depends on the thickness. But we had to argue about it. No, it's a fact.
But hear me out. But hear me out. I've been cooking some steak recently, and we like the medium rare, and I've had different thicknesses.
No, because one time we had different thicknesses, and yours was almost completely raw, and mine was almost raw. Yours was overcooked because the thicknesses were different.
True. Mine was
that
never overcooked.
Is true.
Mine was never overcooked. Don't fucking say that. And yours was never raw.
No, Josh, it doesn't make sense to cook a steak on the same time.
Right, you were correct about that one.
If one is this thick and one is this thick, this one's gonna cook way more than this one. This one's gonna be completely raw. So I'm right, you're wrong. This is point proven. You are right in the email. Amen.
No. So let's break this down a little more. I stop looking at the chat. I don't think the question is, does someone always have to be right and wrong? Right or wrong?
Yes.
The answer is no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They don't. No.
If it comes to facts.
We're not talking about facts.
If it comes to emotion. Yes. Arguments like this. Who's right and who's wrong? Me. I was right in that argument.
We're not talking about that argument right now.
But how do you know they're not talking about little things? How do you know that she's talking about emotions?
It's a generalized question. It says, does someone always have to be right or wrong in an argument?
Yes.
No.
Yes. And guess who? Yeah, really?
Because opinions.
Then how come when people go to court, which is a professional place to argue, someo's always right and someone's always wrong?
Because in court, they're arguing facts. They're not arguing opinions. They're arguing facts.
And
sometimes
there is facts
an argument
in every argument.
Sometimes there are opinions about stuff. Like, no, there's facts in every argument. Okay. Not to get political, but let's pretend you wanted one political party and you loved their whole campaign, and I liked another one. And I said, this is the reasons why I like the other one. Well, this is the reason.
No, I'm saying saying in those parties there are facts that are true.
Right. But when there's an opinions and there's arguments about you trying to convince me to go to that party and me trying to convince you to go to this party, it doesn't matter because it's just opinions about the facts. Doesn't mean somebody has to be right or wrong.
Yes, like I said, when it comes to opinions and feelings, I literally just said that. But when it comes to an argument, which is two separate sides of facts, there is always someone right and always someone wrong, or someone more right than the other person.
But
So are you talking about emotions and opinions?
We're talking about generalized. There was never a set saying
Generalized?
when you're arguing facts.
No,
does someone have to be right
there's
or
still
wrong?
someone right or wrong.
No.
Yes.
When you're arguing about opinions, there doesn't have to be a right or wrong. It's an opinion.
You're right. Opinions and emotions. You're right.
Exactly. So that wasn't the question. Okay? It was a generalized question.
Yes.
Which is a fact.
Yes, but how come you're generalizing it on that? You're not generalizing it on the facts of arguments.
Because, Karlee, obviously somebody is going to be right or wrong when it comes to arguing factual statements.
Yeah. So if it was, what do you mean?
We're not.
How do you know she's talking about that?
Listen.
Because she said they don't argue a lot. So if they're arguing,
it was a general question. I'm breaking it down to different kinds of arguments. You want to talk about opinions and emotions.
Emotions, opinion,
There
yes.
doesn't have to be a right or wrong.
Look, I'm even trying to be right now, even though I know I'm wrong.
You want to talk about facts? There is a right and wrong.
Okay, here's the thing. Is in this argument, I cannot admit that you are right because then it goes against my argument.
Correct, but I am right.
No.
Yeah, see, it hurts you. This is the problem here. This is the problem. Where if you think that you're right most of the time, it really hurts you to be wrong.
I said it first. I said emotions, there doesn't always have to be someone right. I said that. So why don't you take my statement and shove it up your ass because you are the one who said it second.
So that's what happens when you're a sore loser. Okay? Listen.
Do you want to see what's going to happen to you?
Thank you for the email. My answer? No. Karlee's answer?
No. If I'm going to be like dead serious.
Oh, okay.
Like serious.
Really serious.
No. Someone doesn't always have to be right or wrong. But if you're arguing about facts, someone has to be right or wrong.
Right, correct. And I don't disagree with you there.
But how come whenever I'm right, you still disagree with me in real life? When it comes to facts. Because most of the time when it comes to facts, I am correct. Even though you won the trivia that one time, that was luck. Don't know what that was. That was like a fluke in the system.
No, I won it twice, actually.
No, that was a fluke.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
2 times?
Yeah, that was a fluke.
After you tried to get me out.
No, that was a fluke. You hacked it.
I'm smarter than I look.
No, you look smart.
Oh, really? I don't think anybody in this whole fucking planet would look at me and say, that's a smart looking guy. Someone who tattoos
when people
their
talk
face
to us, they talk to us like we're just
scum.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, we will talk to somebody about like the housing market and they'll be like, oh yeah, like, when are you guys going to buy your first house? I'm like, I'm about to buy my third. And they're like, oh.
I would not think that about you. I was like, whoa, relax. Like,
they're so
especially
rude.
when we talk to like older people, they go, hey, so like, what do you guys do?
Especially if I'm like, yeah, I do YouTube. They're like, oh, so you're broke. That's literally what they think.
So do your mother and father care that you're doing that in the basement?
Oh my God. When I bought my first house, my real estate agent and my mom had to go and talk to this other real estate agent because when I bought my first house, the guy, we go outside and he's like, and he looks at my mom and goes, oh, so you're spoiling your daughter and buying her this house? My mom looks at me and looks at him and is like, actually, no, she's buying it herself. And then I leave and he's inside with my real estate agent and he goes, so how much does she make a year? To my real estate agent. And then when I was there actually signing to buy the house, these other couples are walking and looking at it because it's a model home. And he doesn't even get up to help them look at the house because it's an open house. He literally looks at us after they walk past us and goes, they're not going to buy it, I can tell. From just looking at them.
What a douche.
So my mom and my real estate agent had to have a conversation with him because they were not happy.
What a douche. If you're watching this, you're a douchebag. But that's why you can't judge a book by its cover because you never know. You just never know.
Why is everyone saying sick?
Sick? No, that's not sick.
What is sick?
I think they meant that's...
Oh.
But, yeah. Anyway, we went over time. Oops. That's what happens when Couples in the Ring becomes Couples in the Ring.
Well, send us questions that will make us argue, please.
Yeah, because that's why we wanted to do this.
Because then I can show you guys how I'm right 90% of the time. This argument, I was just like playing it up and I wanted to be right because it was the whole point of the argument. But emotions and opinions are...
Correct. Right. I know I'm right.
Whoa. You're not right. Everyone's right.
Correct. Okay. Guys, listen. We went over time, which doesn't matter because we love this show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We really do appreciate that. If you did miss today's episode, don't worry. It will be posted. It's there to watch. Go watch it. Go have a grand old time. Anybody that tunes in every single Friday night, we do appreciate you. It's so nice to hear that people make this a part of their weekly routine. They sit there with their husbands or boyfriends or whatever, girlfriends, yada, yada, and they sit there and they watch our show. If you are those people, we really do appreciate you, and thank you. It makes us feel really, really good. That's amazing. Also, if you do want to send in an email that we can read on the show, couplesintherring@gmail.com. It's across the bottom of your screen right now. Please, please, please. If you have a crazy story or questions or want advice on something preferably if we can argue about it, it's even better because it makes the show more entertaining. But even if it's a crazy fucking email, we love those too. But going forward, Fridays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sick is not going to be here next week, so it might be more of the same. So guys, pump up the emails. We're going to need some. And then the week following, I think we have some things you want to react to.
Some TikToks. I think we have a
TikTok to show that we're going to react to. And then maybe going forward after that, we might start trying to set up call-ins or having a guest on the show. We don't know yet. We're going to stay tuned. If we're going to have a guest, we're going to tell you in advance so you guys can all be here that we're going to have a special guest on. We might not say who it is, though. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your holiday on Monday for all the Americans out there. I don't know what holiday it is, but I think it's Memorial Day. I could be wrong, but if it is, have a great holiday. Karlee, anything you want to say?
I've had this black floater in my eye for the past month, and I just want to know if it's normal. So can someone tell me? Anyways.
That's the first I'm hearing of this.
I've told you that whenever I look at the light.
Oh, yes, you did.
And it's getting worse, and it's just it's the same one in this eye, and it's driving me nuts. Anyways.
Any doctors in the chat, please let us know. Guys, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night, great weekend, and we will see you next time on Couples in the Ring next Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.